Yeah. So this is Rule of Rose, um, and the reason you might have heard of this game is for one of two reasons. One, you're like a rare game collector and you know that this is one of the rare games on PS2, or two, you heard about the controversy and probably some YouTube video list thing. Uh, and I've never played it before. I haven't really seen much of it. I don't particularly have an interest in horror games, but it is October, and what other games are you going to play? So I figured it would be interesting to at least give it a go and just to be able to say that I've played it. I don't know if I'm particularly going to enjoy it. It's possible, Sometimes I play horror games and I do actually like them, but yeah, just as a genre, it's not really my thing. Uh, so the controversy about this game, if you're not familiar, is it's one of those things that got like blown way out of proportion. But I think this is supposed to be like a modern day take on Alice in Wonderland or something. But there's apparently there was some violence against children because a lot of the characters in this are children, and because of the controversy, the American version of this was cancelled. So this was never released in America, and actually, interestingly enough, Atlas USA published this game, but only in Europe. And yeah, the Australian, of course, Australia cancelled it too. They'll cancel anything. They have no standards. Um, but that is why it became a rare game. I'm skipping the video. So yeah, I've no real idea what it's about, and as far as I know, all the kind of controversy was blown out of proportion because obviously, uh, European ratings boards would have had to look at it, and they gave it a rating, so they didn't think that there was anything too crazy in it. And I don't even think this was rated M. This might have just been rated like T, although it might have been rated M. I'm not. Oh, I guess it wasn't in America, so it wouldn't have been rated either M or T.
Then one day,
Let me check.
and Mummy and Daddy died suddenly.
I'm just going to check the box
and the
art.
poor little girl was sent away to a
M.
strange
Yeah, so I thought I seen this picture, but why? Why is it M? This didn't release in America. So it's 16 plus in Europe. What? So this did release in Europe. I guess they planned to cancel it. I don't know, dude. Maybe they did release it in America.
Jennifer,
I don't know. Again, it's been years since I read the story.
read the story. Please read the story. What happens next?
Oh, okay. So they. Okay, dude, I'm completely wrong. Atlas USA did publish it in America.
What's this?
Okay, but only a limited number of copies. Whatever, it was still a rare game. That's all that I know. But see, we're learning together. So, here's kind of the question
Please.
that I'm going to try to answer. I'm looking at that thinking that that's not how that cutscene is supposed to go. But anyway, the question... This isn't supposed to happen. Why does the screen go black? I don't think that's supposed to happen. Is this actually going to be a good game, or is it going to be like a game that people play and go, it's a hidden gem because it's rare and not many people have played it and there's not many people talking about it because of its limited release? I think if it was a particularly good game that was just missed, I don't know. I don't think this is the form that it would have taken. But I guess I've been wrong about everything that I've said about this game so far. So. I wonder if this turns out to be real, This story comes to life like Alan Wake. Okay, so I'm going to a stranger's house here. Um, Pretty good facial modeling and stuff on these characters. Oh, whoops. I missed one. I feel like a rabbit should be telling me this. Oh, there's a cower in fear button. Okay, let's go to the orphanage, I guess. Strange Hill. Good name for a hill. It's like Cypress Hill, you know? I can make a Cypress... Oh, God. I'm not gonna make a Cypress Hill joke. Nobody's gonna get it. Shit's really fucked up, son. Whatever. Ah, what did you do to the camera? Okay, it's not gonna change back at the same spot. I really don't like that. Oh wait, am I doing that? What the fuck? I think I'm doing it. Okay. Was a dog? Oof, come here. Well, how can a bark beckon you? I guess if it's like a sad, whimpering bark, you know? Yeah, kind of like that. Okay, so there's a button to just like mess around with the camera. I don't know what the purpose of that is. Are you in here? I was about to say, if she can't get in through the door, and it's like, we need something to break this lock. It's like, it's open. Again, a lot of UI elements, they look awful and pixelated, but that's because of the upscaling. So that's understandable. You know, you can't blame developers for not making things super future-proof, especially if it's a console game, because theoretically the console can only output a certain resolution, so they never expected you to play these games in HD, so it's whatever. A boarding pass. We're boarding the big fish in the sky. So that's gonna be like the Zeppelin that we saw in the intro video. Dog's name is Brown. I don't know what this... Does she have her dukes up like she's gonna fight? Is this the Mike Tyson button? Or is that supposed to be like a sneaking button? Because you're not particularly sneaky there. I don't know what the purpose of just moving slower and like getting tank controls is. Like if you speed this footage up, it looks like a dance routine, you know? Okay. Okay, that's it. Somebody put up fence posts and stuff, and it all just leads to a shed. Pretty well maintained shed, but really, you have all this up, this fencing and stuff? It just leads to a shed. Again, not impossible, it's just... You gotta consider these things. Like, I don't... Like, this fencing makes sense, right? This is leading to an orphanage, right? So you would have fencing around the side, you know, keep the road a bit clean. That's kind of the idea of the fencing, so that the soil doesn't get onto the road and stuff, and the plants don't start growing on the road. It's like a natural barrier. Not natural, but, you know. We're gonna do a 15-minute treatise on fencing and roadside accoutrement. Wait, who's the boy? I saw him. Are we following the boy? Is that? I thought we were following the bark. Yeah, this place seems familiar, and the dog's bark seems familiar. Yes, I get it. We've been here before. Like that's the thing, right? No, don't tell me there's a dog in that bag. Horror games really live or die on their audio design. Probably more than anything else. Because visual design, you get away with a lot just by making everything darker. Audio design, you really have to excel. And this... The sound effects that are there are not bad. And you could keep it simplistic and just, have some simple sounds to make it more gritty and real. But then I need more, like you need to, if you want to do that and keep it super realistic. Did you see the guy's head? That was pretty cool. I want to I want to hear every single sound effect. I want to hear her feet going over the grass and stuff, because then what you do is like you remove those sound effects, or you double up. So like imagine you're walking down this grass path and you hear her feet like hitting the kind of soft flattened grass, and you can hear that kind of sound, right? And then you hear a second pair of footsteps on the same grass, and that's like, that would be super creepy, because then you're like, there's somebody else on the grass with me. So even without showing that, you could suggest that. Oh god, I need a pass. I have a boarding pass. How do I use? Yes, how do I use it? Oh, fuck, I skipped it. It's gonna be one of these buttons. Okay. Use. I like this UI. Nothing happened. No, here. Yeah, this menu looks pretty good. I like it. There we go. You just have to be in the right spot. Yeah, this, for whatever reason, isn't as creepy as I thought it would be. Rear gate. Because I don't know, the kids in this orphanage just don't seem super scary to me, Legend of Stray Dogs. Stray dog kidnaps kids. Legend. Oh, it said Legend of Stray Dog. Stray dog. That's the Legend of the Stray Dog. Is that the stray dog kidnaps kids? Lady, why would you try to go in the back door? Gotta load up the next map. Sorry, give me a second. Again, I think a lot of the visual design is good. Audio design is not bad, but there's so much room to make it better. At least so far. Gameplay so far has been very, very basic. I kind of want to see what the what the actual catch is, whether there's combat or something. Like this suggests like there's gonna be some sort of sneaking around, hiding from enemies and stuff. Like kind of reminds me, this character and the dog at the start do remind me of that game Haunting Grounds, another PS2 horror game, but the dog played a much bigger the bag walked away. The dog plays a much bigger part in that other game. Because that game has like a lot of combat, but you don't participate in the combat. You kind of have to run away, and the dog will like distract your enemies and stuff. So it's just like a cool idea where you're not the only participant. It's almost like a tag team thing. But yeah, I thought that one looked cool. Again, never really played it. It's not my type of game, but I thought that one looked solid. This, I only ever considered playing because of its notoriety. La Castillera del Diablo. Boy, she's not all alone. We just saw the boy running up. We saw the other kids. You kids are messing with me. Making practical jokes on me. Yep, save right here. Boom, saved. Now I'm safe. What? Why did it take so long to save? Oh my god, a PS2 game where circle is the back button. Nice. Oh my... This camera. This camera. Like, L2 and R2 do something. They do the same thing, but it's something. Like, it's this. But again, I don't have control over it. I just kind of can flip it. And I think that's all that it does. It like flips the side of the camera. But it's never good. Like, the camera is fighting against itself. You have one control of the camera, and even so, the camera's fighting with itself. No fish. And there's a thing in there that's going to be important for the quest later. Whatever it is. Like a beaker. Or some sort of stand for a Gundam. Oh, record player. Louis Armstrong? Ella Fitzgerald? What do you got? What time is it? 7:14? The witching hour. The controller vibrated when I opened that. As if like the drawer hit me or something. I do like this music. Yeah, the audio is definitely improving here. I will say that much. Who drew on the mirror? Come on. If you want to draw on a mirror, what you have to do is you take off that first layer of glass and then you draw on the metallic underside and you put the glass back on and then you can't clean it off. People get freaked out. Probably I'm supposed to go upstairs. Okay, we'll go this way. Yeah, again, the way the camera works, and this is my big problem with fixed camera games, because the angles between rooms aren't always consistent. So what ends up happening is you get disoriented every time you go in a room, and it's almost impossible to like map out a 3D space when you walk into a room and there's no, you know, continuity between where you were looking when you entered the room and where you're looking now. You know? So, I'm sure some people, you know, if people have played enough of these types of games, they kind of figure out a way to do it and they get good at it. But, yeah, maybe it's just because I don't play that many of these kinds of games. Like, I have no idea if I'm on the side of the house that has the door that we came in or not. You know what I mean? That's something that you kind of should be able to tell. Like, no, I'm on the opposite side of the house. Or I'm on that side of the house. You know, or I'm on the left side or the right side of it. I don't know. I don't know. You know? And like, these windows should help me. But I think some of these windows are pointing towards an interior courtyard. Again, I could be completely off. They could all be exterior windows. I don't know. Oh no, because we saw the model and there is like an interior courtyard. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna follow this kid. No idea which door he went into, but not this one apparently. Yeah, so that could be it. There probably is a map also later on, and I can't really blame the game for making this. This is where I already was, I think. Filth room. No, I wasn't in the filth room yet. This is where I live. yeah, again, that's part of the challenge of the game, so I'm not saying it's bad, but I don't particularly like it because that's kind of how I play games. I try to like map things out and understand them. Ah. I guess they never said this was a super scary game, right? So I don't know what I was expecting. Out of turlets, the lavatories. Let's enter. Second floor lavatory. Laboratory is where we do our best science experiments. Ah! Okay. Can you say something or... Oh my god. Kid, can you... I'm gonna kill this kid. I'm gonna catch him and I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna do violence against kids right now. Okay, now I'm supposed to... Oh, no, he's actually here. No. Don't run. Probably if I would have just followed him, this would have been a lot more simple. And he's going upstairs where I was last time. Okay. I almost got you that time, you see that? Alright, this must be where the mischief happens. In the attic. This is a cool room. What was that just hands? Oh no, it's gloves. Flat textured gloves. I got the map. I actually got the orphanage map. So yeah, I guess now you have the map. Now you can kind of dictate your direction based on that. Okay, this is a bit bigger than I thought, but... Oh, you blocked me off. Oh no, you didn't. I thought that like blocked the door. Okay. So is this like a Lord of the Flies situation? Where they now have like the Rose Queen or something? Or I'm supposed to be the Rose Queen. Yeah, because you've been here before, and she's gonna be like, no, I don't know you, I've never been here. The book you handed me. Okay, well, let's check. Pages are empty, dude. I don't know what to say. The funeral. Well, it should be a laugh. Was that like... Is this supposed to be a PA? Like they have an orphanage PA and they're making announcements? There's gonna be more... more just walking around until we find the funeral. Oh my god, the boy's 3D model got removed from the scene. She got real confused. Yeah, I guess that's fair enough for a horror game to have a slow start. But, yeah, I'm not really into playing much more of this. Especially because, yeah, I know exactly what it's going to be. It's going to be this and then maybe some light combat stuff. You know, it's going to be completely asymmetric. Probably going to have to run away at first and you have no chance of beating the enemies, something like that. But, yeah, I think I kind of get this game. It's slightly different to what I expected, but not too different. Oh, so here's the inner courtyard. So yeah, that's gonna be Rule of Rose. I think it's probably a good enough game, right? And I'm sure somebody really liked this. Is this an amazing horror game? No. I think your Silent Hills and your Resident Evil still did this stuff better back in the PS2 days. But this was definitely an attempt, and I'm sure somebody really liked this. I'm not going to say they're wrong. That shovel is not going into the ground, and there's something weird going on with the opacity. So, okay, well, I guess we'll watch this cutscene and see what exciting things happen. And then we'll end it. Because, yeah, I get this game, I think. As I said, yeah, the presentation's all good. And the audio did get a bit better in the house. Which, again, for a horror game, give it time to establish itself. Stick your head in. No, well, there's the bag. Push her in.
Just look at you.
I don't think the screen is supposed to go black. I think this is like supposed to be like a background on the subtitles. You know what I mean? Like it's just supposed to go a few pixels each side of the text, but for whatever reason it just keeps going. And it just fills the entire screen with the background. I think that's what's happening.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us
Yeah,
on
this
our flight.
is not supposed to be like
Attention
that.
all passengers. We will be taking off in a short while. Please take all large luggage to Section 8 of the freight storage compartment.
Freight storage compartment.
Thank you.
Oh no, violence against kids. Don't do it. I mean, for a PS2 cutscene, it's well rendered. Yeah, you know, it's all I can really say about it. It's a well rendered cutscene. This definitely is one of those games where it's like, oh, we're not going to explain the story until later. Again, horror games. No, I don't want to save. You know, horror games are horror games after all, so fair enough. Okay, well, I think that's going to be Rule of Rose. I got the idea. And that's it.